Kings 6:18 through 21, 22, 18 through 22. There was cedar on the house within, carved with buds and open flowers. All was cedar. There was not a stone seen. Cedar wasn't typically used on the inside of buildings because the outside walls, usually they wouldn't line buildings. So if cedar was seen, it's because the building was made of cedar, and that was the other side of the. But this was built of stone and lined with cedar. So the cedar was just merely for decorations, which shows the importance and significance again in this building because it's the house of God. This was not done. They didn't use things for insulation. This was decoratory purposes only. And they carved the wood, flowers into it. It shows fanciness, which brings a beauty about in it. Wood carving wasn't typically done, and for it to be done shows that this building was more special. In verse 19, he prepared an oracle in the midst of the house within, to set there the ark of the covenant of the Lord. So he prepared a place to set the ark of the Lord, the ark of the covenant. Of course, he would have been smart enough to have the Levites move it in. The Ark of the Covenant was moving about. This whole purpose of the temple was to put a place to house God. The Ark of the Covenant symbolized God. So this was very important to bring the Ark of the Covenant in the temple. Because it wasn't just a house of worship, the house of God. Verse 20. Within the oracle was a space of 20 cubits in length, 20 cubits in breadth, which is width, 20 cubits in height. And he overlaid it with pure gold and covered the altar with cedar. So he puts gold. Gold has also always been valuable. It's always been considered sacred, something of royalty. This isn't put in a palace. This is put in the house of God, which shows that God is their royalty. He, the king, is giving gold, his gold, to this purpose, which shows he's submissive to the Lord's authority, his rule. We are to be the same. We're to be submissive to God's reign, God's rule. Verse 21. So Solomon overlaid the house with pure gold. And he drew chains of gold across for the oracle and overlaid it with gold. You know, heaven, gold is precious to us, but it's not to God. It's not important to God. We tread on the streets of gold in heaven. We walk on streets of gold. Gold is just another tool used to build in heaven. But its price and value is important and significant here. And it's used for God's building. Verse 22. The whole house was overlaid with gold until all the house was finished. So the whole inside of this room is covered in gold. A lot of gold would have been taken to do this. Also, the whole altar that belonged to the oracle was overlaid with gold. So it's gold everywhere. You know, a lot of value, a lot of price went into this. We should be willing to give back to God as much as he's willing to give us. But we're never going to meet that because he gave us more than we ever could have given to him. We'll never be able to pay him back. But what we give him should be significant.